Hey guys, Put Some Man 945 here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to be making a fun list idea I had, um, which is my top 10 mentor characters in fiction. Um, now, mentor characters a lot of the time are some of my absolute favorites. It's like one of my favorite um character archetypes, to be honest. So making this list was tricky but fun. So yeah, let's just get into it. At number 10 is Vesemir. Now Vesemir isn't as much of a mentor as the other characters on this list, but I think he does still provide that role for Geralt and Ciri. Um, and I think he gives some very good advice. He's an enjoyable presence when he occasionally shows up in The Witcher 3. Um, and yeah, I like Vesemir. I quite enjoy him. Um, at number 9 is All Might. Now All Might is by far my favorite character in MHA. Um, his whole relationship with Deku is so deep and so wonderfully done, I think. Because there are so many layers and connections between them, and I feel like their constant relationship is something that is never disregarded, and whether it's like Deku's character being concerned about All Might or the other way around, their dynamic is just absolutely fantastic and excuse me for the yawn. It's late at night when I record this, so I'm a bit tired, so this might be the only video I record tonight, but uh I I really like I don't just the sheer depth of their dynamic and how really far it goes. It's really good. um Number 8 is Hamina. Now Hamina is perhaps the absolute best example of minimal screen time, high impact character because the um the influence he has basically changes and transforms Simon's character for the entire rest of the goddamn series. Like literally every part of his character development is influenced by Hamina's actions and in his role as an older brother to Simon. Um and their brotherly dynamic is just incredible. The way that he teaches Simon to gain more confidence and be more optimistic about the grim world they live in. It's fantastic. And the way that his influence causes Simone to develop into such a brilliant fucking protagonist is just amazing. At number 7, I have Gandalf. Um, I absolutely adore the role that Gandalf plays in the Fellowship of the Ring as a mentor for Frodo and the other hobbits. I think that the way that he helps Frodo mature and gain independence is just fantastic. And the way that he provides guidance to the other members of the Fellowship when he becomes Gandalf the White is amazing. Um, Especially Aragorn, because Aragorn is unsure of his path, and it's through Gandalf that he really gains the confidence and his belief that he can actually fulfill his destiny and become, you know, the next king of Gondor and stuff like that. So with Gandalf, it's not really like focused on one specific character, but the overall influence that he has is just amazing. Um, Now number six is Rayleigh. Um, Now Rayleigh is a badass through and through. He's one of my favorite One Piece characters, and the way that his influence basically completely changes Luffy's entire philosophy from pre to post time skip is nothing short of incredible to me. Um, because not only does he actually mentor Luffy by training him hockey, but he instills in Luffy this these new ideas of like the way to be a pirate while also subtly teaching him about Roger's vision. And how similar the two are, even if Luffy doesn't actually realize it at the time. Um, and his belief in Luffy is just nothing short of amazing either. Like, really is just goaded. Now, at number five, and the entire reason that I even decided to make this list in the first place, because it's Takuan, because I'm currently in the process of reading through Vagabond. It's one of many mangas that I have concurrent read-throughs of going on. And um Takuan uh Takuan's impact so early on honestly blew me the fuck away. Um I have the Visbig versions of Vagabond, so it's like 3 volumes in one, it makes it hard to count. But I think I'm like 4 to 4.5 volumes into Vagabond as per the traditional, like normal sized volumes would define it as. And within the first 3 volumes, not only was I absolutely floored by the incredible development that Takazo or Musashi got as a character, but the impact that um Hakuwan had on his character was incredibly fucking profound. Um, Give me 1 second, and I am going to find it on here. But these series of panels right here, it's probably a bit hard to see in the camera, but like these ones right here, where where he where he's like it like proclaiming to him, being like, be full of pride, like like give the give, like he's as if he's claiming, as if like Musashi said these things, and it's so powerful. It is so deeply resonant. It's honestly one of my favorite manga panels I've ever seen, even though I haven't really read that much manga so far. It's still like one of the most profound and best manga panels I think I've ever seen. Um, and then the way from there that like you know he kind of still acts as this mentor in need for him, like providing wisdom where he needs it and dropping absolutely banger quotes, like even though I'm pretty sure this is not Vagabond originated, it's still an awesome quote regardless. Like he's just dropping absolute bars, like preoccupied with a single leaf, you will miss the tree. Or preoccupied with a single tree, you will miss the entire forest. Absolute bars, by the way. Um, uh, yeah, it just the amount of impact that Takuwan has over such a short time span, in my opinion, it just makes him the GOAT. He's such an incredible mentor character, in my opinion. Um, now, and number four is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because not only is he such a amazing mentor to Anakin on so many levels, but also he profoundly affects the way that Luke becomes a Jedi. And I think Obi-Wan is an iconic enough character where that kind of status speaks for itself. Um, but yeah, I don't need to say anymore. I think Obi-Wan is I think it makes as much sense as it does. Now, and number three is Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Um, Iroh is the goat of a mentor in the way that um just how much uh like how profoundly he affects Zuko's development throughout the course of the entire series. So obviously you have the initial connection. He basically sees Zuko as a son since his own son passed away. Um, so there's already that profound idea going into the start of the relationship, and the way that he makes um Zuko see the values of peace and friendship is just amazing. And there's even this is how goaded Iroh is. There's even this like kind of one-off encounter where you know Toph either runs away from the group or from her parents, and she meets Iroh and gets like the best sage ass advice of all time. And they never interact again, at least not to my knowledge. Um, just goaded mentoring. But obviously the main thing is just the way of how profoundly he ends up affecting Zuko's overall character development is just absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Um Now, and number two is Uguay, and I think this should be pretty self-explanatory because not only does he mentor Poe in several profound lessons, but also he continues to mentor Shifu even when Shifu's already a master and he believes that he is already good at everything. Now, could I have put Shifu on this list? Yes, probably. But this might be a controversial take, but I feel like Shifu was always just a lesser version of what Oogway was when he takes up that mentor role. And he kind of acknowledges this by saying that he would never be as good as Oogway, but I don't know. That's just always been my feeling is that he was just a lesser version of Oogway, which just shows how goated Oogway actually was as a mentor. Um, so yeah, like the way that he so profoundly affects both characters, it makes him so iconic. And the number one is Yoda, because not only has he mentored hundreds of Jedi, not even hundreds of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Jedi across his 900 years of existence. Um, Absolutely incredible. Hmm, hmm. And of course, within canon material, the effect he has on Luke, I would argue, is even more profound than the effect that Obi-Wan has as a mentor in terms of the way that he becomes a Jedi. And of course, he gives sage advice to Anakin, which ultimately doesn't really uh, help Anakin's character, but the fact is, it's still sage, profound advice that Yoda ends up giving to Anakin in the first place. So, um, yeah, this is actually end up shorter than I thought it would be, which is really a bad thing because like I said, I am pretty tired. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I thought this was a fun premise for a video, and I enjoyed making the list. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.